Hello everyone, welcome to V-Day. You're here with Viona King, your favorite TV host. Sorry, Tom. Anyway, let's get right into it. So let's talk about Tracee Ellis Ross. Tracee Ellis Ross is being called out for being the poster child for single women. Despite being the daughter of legendary Diana Ross, Tracee Ellis Ross keeps a pretty low profile and doesn't get into a lot of details about her personal life. The 40-year-old hasn't publicly been in multiple high-profile romantic relationships, and she's become known for being single, basically. But she's now addressing people who say she's the poster child for single women. She reportedly said, "I didn't see enough examples of different versions of how a woman can find happiness and enjoy and power and sensuality and sexuality, all of that, without it being through the lens of how I've seen by a man." The Blackish actress continues, "People are like, you're the poster child for being single." And I was like, great. But what I would prefer is that I'm the poster child for living my life on my terms, and that there is a version of that for everyone. I don't live my life for other people. I just totally live it for me. This is something that has really been solidified itself into an unbreakable, unshakable foundation in the last 4 or 5 years. Personally, I think Tracee Ellis Ross is amazing. I love her acting. I think she's hilarious. And I think she's successful. Who cares that she's single? I'm happy that she doesn't need a man to fulfill her life. And keep up the great work. Next. Okay, Vanessa Bryant. Vanessa Bryant wins ruling in lawsuit against Los Angeles County for allegedly sharing crash site photos. Sheriff and fire chief will testify under oath. It's been almost 2 years since Vanessa Bryant lost her 39-year-old husband and NBA legend, Kobe Bryant, and her daughter, Gianna Bryant, but it seems things may be moving more positively. As previously reported, Vanessa Bryant has filed a lawsuit against Los Angeles County of Allegheny for sharing a post-mortem photo of Kobe Bryant and Gianna Bryant. Bryant following the helicopter crash. Now, in a new ruling, the judge has decided that both County Sheriff Alex Villeneuve and Fire Chief Daryl Osby will answer questions under oath about that fatal day. Unsure if it was true or not, Vanessa says she asked deputies to secure the crash site. She added, "I said, if you can't bring my husband and baby back, please make sure that no one takes photos of them. Please secure that area, and he will." And he said, "I will." This case is set to go trial sometime next year in February, to which Vanessa is seeking compensatory and punitive damages. Personally, on this issue, there's no words, honestly. It was a tragedy, an unexpected tragedy, and if these men lied about sharing photos, they should be prosecuted for it. Next. Okay. Chance the Rapper reveals he struggles with PTSD and has a lot of dark days. Chance the Rapper is getting candid about his mental health in an episode of Peace of Mind with Taraji P. Henson. The 28-year-old rapper opens up about mental wellness and mental health. Taraji P. Henson starts the discussion and asks if mental health was discussed in his household. He responds and says, "Wellness wasn't something that we knew. You know? There's probably a ton of situations where people we just wrote them off as crazy or like they was tweaking, but they were actually going through a chronic mental health disorder. I feel like this is something that we're all, as in mainstream, we're starting to be like, oh yeah, health is beyond just our physical." He goes into more detail and adds, "Obviously I deal with PTSD. I saw my friend killed in front of me when I was 19, and I've seen people I didn't know get killed too. You become a kind of numb to it. Like somebody else died last week, but it stays with you. You know what I mean? And you don't realize until later, like I have a lasting effects." The episode is titled "Why Black Men Don't Cry" with Chance the Rapper and will air on Facebook Watch on November 1st at 9 a.m. Personally, mental health is not talked about enough in the Black community. It's actually written off quite commonly. So I think what Taraji P. Henson is doing is great, and I hope Chance the Rapper heals from his pain. Next. Okay. Drake's accused of having personal employee who finds women for him to have sex with on his private Tinder account. So, does Drake really have a worker who scouts for potential one-night stands? 2 days ago, on October 26th, an intriguing TikTok about Drake is circulating online. Specifically, a user who goes by at Elaine's Garden claimed that Drake has an employee who finds women for Girls Want Girls singer to have sex with. The TikToker user stated, "Everything I'm about to tell you is 100% true. And this information came to me from one of the crew members on Drake's tour. This was the guy who did all the tech stuff. He told me that Drake has an employee whose job is to go around town looking for super hot girls. He finds the girls and then he interviews them. And out of all the girls he interviewed, he picks the one that he thinks is the best. Then he drives her to Drake's place, Drake has sex with her, and then he drives her home. So basically, Drake has his own private Tinder account." The news comes from about 4 months. So this news is coming from about, he's purportedly been dating Johanna Lee. That is a famous basketball young NBA player's mom. He's dating her, and they've been dating for about 4 months. So this is interesting information to be coming out, especially since they've been dating for about 4 months. Honestly, I love Drake's music, but personally, his character, he's a little bit of a cornball, and everybody on Twitter talks about it. But I just hope this isn't true. Next. Okay, Jada Pinkett Smith clarifies remarks about her and Will Smith's sex life. She says they never had an issue in the bedroom. Okay. So originally, Jada Pinkett Smith talked about their sex life on the Red Table Talk, her show. The 50-year-old actress explains why her and her husband Will Smith struggle in their sex life after 24 years of marriage. She says, while talking with her mother, Adrienne Banfield Norris, Jada Smith says, "It's hard. The thing Will and I talk about a lot is the journey. We started in this at a very young age, at 22 years old, and I think you expect your partner to know what you need, especially when it comes to sex. It's like, well, if you love me, you should know. If you love me, you should read my mind. That's half a huge pitfall." Although Jada admits she's grown out of the mindset, she says expressing what she wants is still uncomfortable. She added, "Tell me what you need. Tell me what you want. And on top of it, I know what I have to be accountable to do the same. I really try. It's uncomfortable, but it's deeply healthy. I think around sex because it's something that we don't talk about a lot, and there's so much fantasy around it." So I really think that they're really truly making headlines because everyone knows about the entanglement story. If you're not familiar, Jada went on the Red Table Talk months ago, and she talked about her relationship she had with a rapper named August Alsina. She stepped out of her marriage with Will Smith, and they've been making headlines ever since their marriage. Will Smith did a GQ interview, and now this. It's just one thing after another. The couple seem to be happy, but the news is saying otherwise. So just stay tuned, and I hope Will and Jada will make it through this. Next. Okay. Nicole Ari Parker says some of the Sex and the City reboot storylines deal with race. So it's one of the newest additions to Sex and the City reboot, entitled "And Just Like That." Nicole Ari Parker is now sharing how the show will address race around this time. She said, "I'm excited to be a part of something that's different from them. We can talk about the elephant in the room, that there were no fully fleshed out characters of color. And now here's 4 of us. Well, one of us is in color. Alongside Nicole Ari Parker will be Sarah Ramirez, Satiri Chowdhury, and Karen Pittman, who are women of color. Nicole Ari Parker continued, "We're real people and they've been great to work with. And some of our 4 storylines deal with race and deal with real experiences in New York." Nicole Ari Parker will play the role of Carrie Bradshaw's best friend, a documentary maker named Lisa Todd Wexley. And Sarah Jessica Parker, Kristen Davis, and Cynthia Nixon will reprise the original characters. And Just Like That will air on HBO Max in December. I'm happy. I love Sex and the City personally. I'm very sad that Kim Cattrall will not be in this Sex and the City. To me, she makes the show. Her flaunty, just out there behavior, it makes it interesting. So it will be interesting to see how Sex and the City will be alternated. But stay tuned. Next. Okay. Kodak Black and Super Cindy hosted an event for breast cancer patients and survivors. Okay. Yesterday, alongside radio personality Super Cindy, they hosted an event at Ives Estates Park in Miami to spotlight over 20 women who are currently battling breast cancer or have been beaten the disease. Women attending the event received wings, cash gifts, and even a journal with notes from Kodak. According to Local 10 News, Kodak spoke about the women at the event, saying, "I know they'll appreciate it. I want to show these women they're queens, they're strong, and they're going to get through it. Pray with them. We're going to get through this together." Teresa Hall, who is currently fighting breast cancer, said that the event meant a lot to her. It makes me continue to fight. It encouraged me to go through this journey, continue through this journey, and it encourages me to be a witness to other people that we all can survive, said Teresa. Kodak has continued to donate worth all causes. As we previously reported in September, he donated $20,000 towards the passing of Florida police officer who died after contracting COVID. In February, he offered to pay college tuition for children of 2 FBI agents who were fatally shot in the line of duty. Kodak's goal was to ensure that families impacted by this loss didn't have to worry about sending their kids to college. Personally, Kodak has made news tons of times. He's been arrested, he's been in and out of jail tons of times. But we can't disregard the nice things he's done. He's not perfect. He's obviously, I feel like he's changing for the better. I hope he continues to do positive things like this and to stay out of jail. All right, everybody, that's all for my show today. Thank you for watching.